Many people see a photo that looks a little soft and immediately increase the sharpness. But the more you work with retouching, the more you realize something. Some images look very clean and premium after sharpening, while others instantly start to look harsh and fake. Because sharpening does not actually create new detail. What it really does is increase contrast around edges, making the transition between bright and dark areas more separated. When those edges become clearer, your brain naturally feels that the image is sharper. In other words, sharpening is not truly adding new detail. It is simply creating the illusion of more detail. To understand this more clearly, let's look at this grayscale transition example. Now go to Filter, Sharpen, Unsharp Mask. At the beginning, the amount, radius, and threshold values are all very low. Let's increase the radius to around 1 pixel and set the amount to 100%. Now you can clearly see that a bright edge and a dark edge start to appear right where the light and dark areas meet. If we continue increasing the amount, those edges become even stronger, which means the local contrast around the edge is being amplified more and more. And if we increase the radius, those added edges become thicker. So in a very simple way, amount controls how strong the contrast becomes. The higher the amount, the brighter the bright edge, and the darker the dark edge will become. Radius controls how wide that contrast area becomes. The larger the radius, the thicker the sharpening edge will appear. Finally, we have threshold. Threshold determines how different neighboring pixels need to be before Photoshop decides to sharpen them. If threshold is set to 0, almost the entire image will be sharpened. But as threshold increases, smoother and flatter areas gradually get excluded from the sharpening process, leaving only the more important edges and textures. Inside Camera Raw, the detail panel works in a very similar way. If you hold Alt while dragging the masking slider, you can see that it behaves very similarly to threshold inside Unsharp Mask. Fundamentally, both of them work like a filtering system, removing areas that do not need sharpening, while preserving only the edges that actually need more definition. For example, look at the gray background in this image. At first glance, it looks very smooth and clean. But once we zoom in far enough, you will notice that even this seemingly flat area still contains tiny brightness variations. If we now apply Unsharp Mask with amount at 100%, radius at 2 pixels, and threshold at 0, all of those tiny variations will also get amplified. As a result, noise and unwanted texture inside flat areas become much more visible. But once we increase the threshold value, Photoshop starts ignoring those very small tonal differences, which removes flat areas from the sharpening process. This becomes especially important in portrait retouching, because threshold not only helps reduce visible noise, but also protects naturally smooth skin from becoming too harsh, dry, or over-sharpened. When sharpening portraits like this, the areas we usually want to prioritize are the eyes, eyebrows, nose, and lips, because these areas define most of the perceived sharpness of the face. On the other hand, hair and skin usually should not be sharpened too aggressively, because they can quickly start looking messy, dry, and unnatural. Now create a new layer from the original image, then right-click and choose Convert to Smart Object. This allows us to adjust the sharpening settings later without permanently damaging the original image. Next, go to Filter, Sharpen, Unsharp Mask. Here, I will set the amount to around 200, then slowly increase the radius until the details feel sharp enough. Normally, the radius should not be pushed too high. Otherwise, the contrast edges start becoming too thick and unnatural. If we toggle the layer on and off, we can already see that the eyes, nose, and lips look much clearer. However, the skin also starts becoming harsher. So now I will increase the threshold value to around 5. This helps Photoshop reduce sharpening in very soft transition areas, allowing the skin to keep a smoother and more natural appearance instead of looking overly sharpened. In reality, there is never one perfect sharpening formula for every image. What matters more is understanding which areas actually need detail and which areas should remain soft to keep the overall image natural. You can also notice that the hair becomes sharper as well, because the hair and face are sitting within a similar depth and both contain a lot of fine detail. So hold Alt and click on the mask icon to create a black mask, then use a white brush to paint sharpening back only where you actually need it. Finally, change the blend mode to luminosity, So the sharpening only affects brightness information without pushing the colors too aggressively. And in reality, you do not always need to increase threshold. For extremely soft images like this, keeping threshold lower can sometimes help restore texture more effectively. So, sharpening is not about memorizing a fixed formula. It is about analyzing each image individually. Which details should stand out, which areas should remain soft, and how much sharpening is actually enough. Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and I hope this video helped you understand sharpening a little more clearly.